again too. I'll send it in the chat.
But anyway, so when you look at everything that was put out and look at people that were getting mad at me, why? The question is, why was there so much purposely wrong information? Why?
And do you guys remember there was that app that was for like citizens that were searching so they could track where they went?
Yeah.
Wasn't there a red line that went like right around where that car was found? It was for like citizens that were searching.
Hi, Jared.
Exactly.
Jared.
Yeah.
Welcome, Jared.
Yeah.
Do you know
Jared.
Ryan? Do you know Ryan Upchurch? Have you guys met yet, Jared?
We have never met.
Welcome,
Ryan,
Jared.
what's going on?
How's it going, man?
Oh wait, hold on.
Everybody mute.
Zap, thank you for everything you've been doing, as well as all the other YouTubers, and Ryan as well. I mean, you definitely sent us over a lot of new subscribers, and your guys' support in all this. So thank you to everyone and all the viewers that you're doing it appropriately. So thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
I just wanted to. I saw that Ryan jumped on here as well. The one we never said hello. So Ryan,
How's it going, man?
yeah, we definitely need to connect. We had somebody that was claiming to be your manager. I don't know if it was real or not, but yeah,
Brandon Luce. Yeah,
he never responded back to me. So let's. I did respond to him with my direct phone number. So make sure that you give me a call, and let's just you and I have a chat offline for sure. We don't need to discuss how we ended up on Prosser based upon our normal search and the way that we do things of where were they last seen, what was the last cell phone ping. We would have been right there, and we would have, on day 1 versus day 2. So,
Jared, are you saying that the reason that you went to Boca first is because of the tow truck guy, or
yeah,
because
because we always go off of last known location, and so
yeah,
we have no doubt in trusting him because of his presence, his girlfriend, and the same story was told 3 times. It was it was from memory. It wasn't like I'm making this up on the spot. And so very credible, which gives us a new last known location.
Oh my gosh.
In this as well. And I don't know, I can't remember if we showed it on video or not, but we did make an immediate phone call to the detectives as well to verify this. Now, the thing is that you have multiple, people taking these tips, from 2 different counties and 18 different agencies. And so while the detective that we made contact with immediately on the spot, while Nick, the tow truck driver, is there with us that night, that detective that we spoke to had never heard this, this confession, this story before. Is that Nick thought that this was so odd that once he was done with the call, he pulled down the road, pulled over, called his girlfriend, who, and he told her what had happened. So this is where we now have her story, and she was there as well, that you didn't see her on camera at that moment in time, but we do have her on camera as well, that she collaborates his story as to he was there and how odd this was. And she remembers the day because it was her dad's birthday, so she does not forget that it was Saturday.
Jared, can you describe the person a little more on the video? That the guy that was there with, I don't even know for sure if it was with Kiely, but does he give you more of a description to where you guys know who it might be?
It is. I mean, I think that everybody's already speculating, in any additional information that I would provide. So, I have to be careful in what it is that we do say and what we put out there for certain reasons. So, we put out what we can at this moment in time, and like I said, we will put out a lot more later on if it goes down in that direction that law enforcement take it.
So from everything that you've seen in your experience, if you had to guess, I mean, would you guess that there was foul play involved in this one? You had to guess.
There's an entire other theory that it would blow your mind if I even told you based upon additional.
Whoa.
Even just going with let's see, without giving away too much, and without me saying anything really, if you think about the 2 people that are moving around the vehicle, there could be more to that story. That it's not, but if it is, then justice will be served.
Exactly.
If it's not true.
Right.
We hope that it's not, but if it is, then justice will be served, appropriately.
Was Nick able to say, look at a picture of Kiely and say, this is the girl that I saw, or was it more based off of the vehicle matched the description of her vehicle?
Right now, I'm still gathering some information based upon what I just hinted to you right now.
Okay, gotcha.
So I'm gathering more information on that one. As far as who the male may be, I'm going to say that it was a positive match.
Male?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
Without saying.
Whoa.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh my god.
You say male?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Yeah, because remember he said that the girl was with a male with the SF black cap on. And
Oh my God.
We've helped, fire departments raise funds for, underwater drones and to help them get sonar as well. That we don't come in on these fresh cases because there's so many agencies and entities and egos and, turf wars that take place. There's so many agencies and entities and egos and, turf wars that take place that we're not here to make anybody look bad. We don't want to be a part of it. And that's why we have chosen in the past to only work cold cases that everyone has already forgotten about, that these families and the victims need a voice to be remembered and to possibly solve this. And that sometimes law enforcement knows about it, sometimes they don't. Can't say yes or no. I don't have.
I got to bounce out, you guys. Jared, it's nice to meet you, buddy. Hey, I'm going to get your number from the email. Whatever we talk about is not going to make it onto a camera anywhere else. I can give you my word on that. All a man has is his word.
thank you, Ryan.
Oh, for
I
sure.
appreciate it.
Jared, I'll hit you up later, Bubba.
All right, sounds good. Later.
So Jared, in the future, do you plan on maybe working more cases that are going on right now, or even maybe helping with law enforcement programs or anything?
I don't want to.
Or you're not that point?
It's terrible. While it's good to be in the headlines because we want to spread awareness of what we do, and as well as that's the necessary evil of us being content creators and putting this out there so the next family can find this in the same way that the family before found us. That we've said, even if we had unlimited funding, we feel like we would still have to document this and record this. But what we don't want to do is we don't want to be in a position to where we're stepping on the toes of these agencies to where they resent us. We want to be working with them. So, we have gone into the FBI headquarters and we have trained 20 of their agents. They said, and they were very gracious and opening, while we're in Jersey, and they said, we want to invite you in. What are you guys doing differently than we're doing so we can learn how to become better at finding lost loved ones underwater? There's incredible agencies that, out there across the US that are welcoming. They're finding out more and more about who we are. We have, our track record continues to get better and better, and I don't know how many of you know our story from the very beginning, but it started off with nothing more than it's like,
I do.
Cleaning the environment.
Yeah, Jared's going to become a middle-aged balding YouTuber and he's going to clean up the environment. Why not? But then it just turned into so much more of finding the cell phones, to finding the first car, to pulling out a ton of cars because I contacted Doug and Doug said, yeah, we have this tow company. Well, however many cars you find this year, we'll do it. There's 25 cars the first year. And then family saw that we had this ability to find and recover. And then that's how, this mission to serve, started, because that first family that contacted us, they're like, we see that you can do this, but how much is this going to cost? Our family doesn't have much money. We said nothing.
Yes.
So we had done just a drowning victim for the local sheriff prior to that, and then we had done the Nathan Ashby one right before the end of the year. That one just had pissed me off because turf wars within the agencies locally. So we had done just a drowning victim for the local sheriff prior to that, and then we had done the Nathan Ashby one right before the end of the year. That one just had pissed me off because turf wars within the agencies locally, they all kept saying they were going to do it, but now it became, it's too close to the holidays. Even though we said that the water and everything is perfect, I'm sorry, we just want to go spend time with our families. And so pissed me off. I spent time with my family, and the day after Christmas, I took off. And it was a 32-hour drive. We slept in the car, and we started at 9 a.m. and by 6 p.m. we had Nathan out of the water that night. And then we'd done the Nathan Ashby one right before the end of the year. That one just, had pissed me off because turf wars within the agencies locally, they all kept saying they were going to do it, but now it became, oh, it's too close to the holidays. Even though we said that the water and everything is perfect, I'm sorry, we just want to go spend time with our families. And so pissed me off. I spent time with my family, and the day after Christmas, I took off. Turf wars within the agencies locally. I'm sorry, we just want to go spend time with our families. And locally, they all kept saying they were going to do it, but now it became, even though we said that the water and everything is perfect, I'm sorry, we just want to go spend time with our families. And it was a 32-hour drive. We slept in the car, and I was sleeping in the back of the car. Didn't even own a dive tank of my own, begging for air. And now I have 2 trailers that has $250,000 worth of gear in each one of them, plus the trailer, plus the RV. And we now have 2 of those that we're able to separate and go help more families. My budget is $1.1 million for this year. I think that what Doug and I were talking about this yesterday, if we would have had unlimited funds in the very beginning, it's like, oh, let's be cool. Let's buy the $250,000, $300,000, workboat that, the sheriff's departments have, and the front flips down. $250,000, $300,000, workboat that, the sheriff's departments have, and the front flips down. We wouldn't have had the success that we have now. It's because we're sitting right on top of our sonar folks. We're able to pivot them. We're able to manipulate, the live scope because our hand is right there with it, and we're able to turn it and flip it. And I'll tell you, in 3 seconds, exactly what this is.
All your cases that, law enforcement has gone over that area, you come back, you find them. Do you offer any type of, advice, experience, any type of thing like teaching wise for the local law enforcement for if they come across something like this ever again?
Yeah, no, a lot of these law enforcement agencies, they are humble about it and wanting to know how did they miss it, and wanting to know how did they miss it. And they've been over that same area multiple times. Even coming into this one, the sergeant said, if you find her, it's really going to affect my ego.